Let's go. Let's go. I like to thank everybody for taking the time out in their evening, joining me. Let me get my boy Kevin. What's going on, Kev?
Hey, what up, what up?
Hold on a second.
Turn the volume up.
No. All right. You good?
Yeah, your volume's a little low, but that's all right.
You can't hear me?
Not as good. I got mine all the way up.
Hold on a second. How about now?
Same.
Something's going on. What do I do here? It's good on the feed. You just can't hear me.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, but you know what? You're not echoing like you usually do. So whatever you did is working fine for me.
Go.
All right, so let me start over. I like to welcome everybody. Real Bread Life. This is Thursday Night Live, number 21. I like to thank everybody for taking the time out of their night, their evening, their day, wherever they're at, and joining us. The reason why we do this is we want to share our bread information, our bread experiences, and our bread knowledge, and just our overall entrepreneur, independent operator info with everybody and anybody who's willing to listen and watch after we do a live. It's on YouTube and actually on Facebook right now. It should be up on Facebook. If you up there, if you in the chat, let me know. So I'm showing on my platform that I got Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube going. So with that being said, thank you. It's my man Kev. We'll see if Brandon joins us. Last week was a little short. I had some things I had to take care of. That's why we did it on Wednesday. But we're back on Thursday, and we'll get right to it. So what I'm going to do today for everyone that joins the chat or is on the live, and if you put something in the chat and then you email me and I see that you were on the feed, I'm going to give you a hat or a shirt, depending on who you are and what your participation is, maybe both. So with that being said, Kev, I don't think we got those 4 X's yet, but as soon as we do, I got you, my brother. I
got him.
You know what I mean?
Just
so
get a blanket. Damn.
Yeah. So yeah, but on a serious note, so how are you though? Everything good?
Good. Just enjoying vacation this week, you know?
Yeah, that's what's up, man. So yeah, I took a few days myself. So now I'm back. I hope you enjoy your vacation. And I keep saying it. I want to get you and Brandon in here in the studio so we could get this done the right way and get all the information out. Carolina, what's going on, good brother? Hey man, I really appreciate you sending the people. I keep asking them to give me the info in my email so I could get that merchandise out to them, and I'm not seeing anything, and maybe I'm not looking in the right place, but I do have you linked up with me on a couple platforms. I'm going to send you some information so you could get back to me so I could get them that stuff. Again, thanks for sharing and getting them involved, and I appreciate that, man. The more eyes, the better.
Is that Carolina Reaper?
That's Carolina. My boy Carolina down there. He's on a few different platforms too. You could check him out. He's on TikTok. He got a TikTok page too, Cap.
Oh, I gotta check it out.
Yeah. If you want, Carolina, you could put the link right in the chat for your TikTok. I'm not that dude. I don't care, man. Share your information, man. Let anybody go check you out, man. So
I'll follow him.
yeah. Kev's a scroller.
I'm a scroller. Left, right, straight.
Yeah, man. So a couple things. One of the things I wanted to talk about or get into today was, as we started last week, I talked about it a little bit, but I didn't really go deep into it. And I was talking to Carlos about this, and it was more or less the ordering patterns for after the holiday. And I'll be honest with you, me myself, I had a decent amount of stale come back, and I missed the mark, and that's what the title was on this live when it was prepped before I started. Right now, I missed the mark. I had a lot of wire showing in certain spots. In a few stores, I had a lot of shelf space, and that's not how it should be. No. And I think maybe I was focusing on the rolls, and because I had taken a few days off and had someone working for me, and I didn't give them the credit for the knowledge they have for doing the route. And you know what it was? Really, I wasn't sure who was going to be doing it. But once I found out who was doing it, I had already went past the time when I could have adjusted the rolls and the bread as well. So they got a gift of not having such a heavy delivery pattern for those few days.
Yeah.
But yesterday and today it was a mess, in certain spots. So
no, I feel you. That's why can't wait to find out what I come back to myself.
Yeah, I missed it in a bad way.
I mean, I did pretty good, but he said it was just like I said, my Thomas in that one store, I only have it in one store, so I kind of get beat up on it all the time.
Right.
I can't play with it and jump it around.
Oh, so that's like you said, that was the one you wanted to split with me, some of the stuff.
Yeah, that's just a pain because I can't, if I order one, I got to get the whole tray.
Yeah. Definitely remind me of that. And again, that's my fault. And I'm not catching you either because we're not coming in at the same times. So I know you just take it and I'll deal with it.
Yeah, I ain't got time for that.
Yeah, so I've actually been doing good with my Thomas because I only have it in one spot.
Yep.
And the longer codes on the bagels helps.
Yeah, that's a definite. It's just
that
the
helps.
stupid. It's the thins. It's the some of the breads. It's just
all the other off-brand products that aren't major.
It's
they come 12 a tray or some 15, and it's just nuts.
And it's my store. If it ain't on sale, it's not selling.
Yeah, I get caught up like that with the English muffins myself. I don't know if a lot of people deal with that, but the English muffins, like a blueberry or what's that, whole grain, those things, they don't really move like that.
Yeah, you gotta put them on the mod and all that.
The plain is the big seller, and even that, it's not really all that great as far as English muffins go. So yeah, so I missed the mark, and I had a decent amount of stale, and I just didn't take into account that the person that was doing the bread could handle it. So I just kind of missed, and I wasn't happy with myself. And you told me you were in one of the stores today and you saw it was all beat up.
Yeah.
So I took one of the display tables off the floor just because it doesn't make sense to split all the product up.
Yeah.
And it's not moving in that at that speed. So the companies and the stores, I guess, management wise, they want the displays full from now until. It's just not feasible.
But they're not the ones doing it.
Yeah. It's not. It would be ideal if we could keep it full and keep bread moving at that pace, but it's not moving at that pace. So hopefully we'll see how it goes for the weekend. I mean, they said it was going to be decent. There was a little bit of rain today, so we'll see. We'll see how we get through it. I had a couple of. I was telling myself I was going to write a couple thank you cards for the other bread guys because he I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can share my screen. Let's go with this right here. You see that?
Yeah.
So that's my the deli area in the East Center in the market, right? So I'll show you what. and that's the other guy. So
And
I like to tell him thank you. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So, and he comes like once a week.
yeah. Thanks a lot, buddy.
I appreciate you. You know what I mean?
Thanks for doing business with me, Pat.
Yeah. So he comes like that, and then this is me by the front door.
Yeah, that's nice. That's the grill you got.
That's the grill. Yeah. So that's the front door, and that thing gets beat up every day.
Is that all ballpark?
Ballpark. That's all ballpark, and at the bottom I got some room for some Arnold.
Yep.
I got a little bit of Freihofer like right here in the middle, and yeah, but it moves, man. It moves pretty good. I just put a couple of the other ones up there just to give people an option.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing too.
You know what I mean? So I just don't want to be locked into just one thing. But the point I'm making is that's at the front of the store. The deli area, you know, of course, in the back. And the guy has that space right there next to me. And he has the option to put something in as well. But he just doesn't. And
Yeah, he doesn't.
yeah, I'm not, as they say, ishing on him. I'm just saying.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. You know? So this was
that's what I noticed too, is, with my new route is that these guys were, I banged my stores. I hammered them.
right.
And let me tell you, I did very well. And a lot of those guys did not do very well because they're used to having no competition like myself. I'm not trying to brag, but the other route lady just wouldn't run it as heavy as I do,
Right. She just was on cruise control.
Yeah, she just cruised through it, which was good for her. Congratulations. But, I'm like you said, I'm making money. I'm not there to.
So they don't push as hard.
Not anymore. They're learning their lesson because I'm keeping the store full at all times.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah, as you should. That's what it's supposed to be. I don't know anything else but that. So
yeah.
So that was I had did a video a while back, and it was talking about the tags. And so this is why I wanted to ask, your opinion and anybody else so they could see it as well. How do you feel about the tags? You see the orange tags they have on the bread?
Yeah, those things.
Yeah, but see, they got the white label right there, right, with the pricing.
Yep.
But then as well, what they do is they put those. Someone came through in the store and tagged it up, and I don't know if it was one of our guys or whoever, but someone told me a while back and said, I don't put tags on my bread. It cheapens it.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, I guess that's their opinion. And I just think if we have the tag on it in the aisle, it should be sufficient, right?
Yeah, I would have tags all over the place. I'd have them on every shelf.
Right. Well, this is the reason I'm asking is because before they were putting labels, if it's a sale tag or something with a 10% off or buy one get one, I get that part. But just the old school bulky orange tags labeling the price.
I use them a lot up at in my stores.
Right.
Only because
you still use them.
Huh?
You still use them?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I my store is not very good with tags. So it's like if I don't mark it, some days, if it's on sale on the end of the aisle, they'll tag it. But in the aisle, they don't do nothing. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like you have to if you want to sell both.
Okay. Got you. Let me see what Carolina. Are those displays mandated by those particular supermarkets, or did they just sell them into the managers? No. So what happens is with us, company wise, even we all say we're independent, but as a company, Beambo, they get the space in there, and it goes in, you know, whatever they talk about management wise between the stores and the company, and they come to an agreement. So right now it's we got to push for the Arnold, the ballparks, and of course they're always going to put their bread on display. So that table that I had up, there's two of those, Carolina, and one is for the store bread and the other one is for the Arnold and the ballpark. So we kind of split, so they make sure everything's covered when they you know, they put those in play. So it'll run from now all the way through the roll season, you know. And depending on the store and how your manager is, it determines, you know, if they let you keep it up off of the holiday. But I have a really high volume store, so I never really have a problem with the management in my store. He's really, really good with making money.
Yep.
You know, so I don't know if you have that issue as well, Kev, or is it the same?
My managers let me pretty much do what I want as long as it's filled and serviced properly. I get whatever I want. I got more
Right.
displays in my store than he said that the whole people in the whole store have. You know,
I get it, and that was the thing. Like you said, you saw today that it was all beat up. Tomorrow it'll be, you know, packed up top to bottom, front to back.
Absolutely.
The independent stores like IGA probably are a lot more flexible with vendors. I would assume that's how it is down here. Exactly. Yeah, and the IGAs up here are through like the distributor, are it's called Bazzuto's, which they do the distribution through, and they buy their produce and all most of their goods. And other than that, they get the bread from us. So it's a pretty good setup. So yeah, so you guys dealing with the same thing with the IGAs.
Yeah,
That's
as long
dope.
as as long as you're making the store money, they'll put stuff up, you know. And as long as you're serving it correctly, you're good.
You know, I've only had a few managers that were what's that? They want to flex their muscle. Yeah, they're confrontation. They want to flex their power, or you know, I'm the boss. This is my store.
Yeah.
And my point is, do you want to make money in your store?
You know,
So
those are the guys that are just in it just to make themselves look bigger, but they're not in it to make money, you know.
yeah, I don't get why you wouldn't want the bread in the
That's
store.
free money for them.
Right. So I just but I know how to deal, you know, no problem. Okay. And then I've ran into those problems, and what I do is I send management, I give them the information, let them deal with that and talk to me. Because if my communication, which I think is pretty decent over these years, is not getting through to them, I'm good. I'll just hand it off to them and let them deal with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that works best for me. I don't
just got it the other way. My store doesn't want to speak to my management. They just want to speak directly to me.
Yeah. And that's how it is most of the time. I never really have a problem. It's just that guy that wants to be confrontational. Yeah. I don't really get into that. I'm not about
we don't play with him. We go up the ladder.
Yeah. And I try to tell him, you've seen the video guy.
Yep.
I want to talk to your boss. Who's your boss? Nah, I'm my boss.
Well, I want to speak to him.
And that's when I knew we were done talking.
Yep.
Yeah. See, now the thing with that guy was I can go talk to his boss.
He can't talk over you.
Yeah, which I did. And I did. You know, he happened to come through, and, you know, if you haven't seen it, it's a video I got up of a guy being confrontational. One day I'll put the rest of it up in his picture. I'm just not into that right now. I'm not into management shaming.
Yeah.
So I didn't really want it wasn't about that. I just wanted to share the information about the experience. So,
Absolutely.
You know, that was it. But yeah, I ain't going to hold you, man. I know you're on vacay. I just wanted to get a few things out. Thanks so much for taking the time out. Real Bread Life on everything. Real Bread Life everywhere except for TikTok is Breadville. That's all I got for now. Stay blessed. Keep stacking. I holler.